Welcome to the Custom Culture Blast-Off podcast, where we dive into the world of custom art, cars, bikes, and the unique vibe of the Custom Culture Blast-Off Festival.
We all good?
We are good.
We all good. Right.
Clap us in, bro.
Josh has got to do his vocal warm-up.
My name is Jill. Don't do drugs, kids.
Right. Yeah. How we doing, everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, straight away. What? What's that?
I'm just...
What?
He hasn't got a beard anymore. He doesn't
I
have to
got a beard. I went to grab the beard and it's not there. I'm like,
This is how we started.
professional as always.
This is how we started
Sorry.
off. This is how we started off. So this version of Josh today is, I don't know, I'd say probably close to manic this time.
beardless Josh.
Beardless Josh.
Not beardless. He's like semi, isn't he?
Well, that's a starter kit, isn't it?
No, I don't have one of them.
Should we move in closer then, Andy? Yeah, so welcome back to another episode of the Custom Culture Blast-Off podcast. And I'm not even going to say what episode number it is. Fourth?
Fourth, yeah.
Fourth of the season 2.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't fourth. It's fifth, I don't know.
Right.
It is the fifth.
I should never
It
have
is the
said
fifth.
anything.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
this.
because we started in October.
What, it's the 5th?
It's the fifth episode.
No way.
Yeah, yeah.
Bet you're 10
Fight!
Are we doing a bet? Are we doing a bet again?
Welcome to whatever episode this
I bet
is,
you're
and
a tenner
we'll
it's
dub it
not.
in later.
That's the way forward, you know. You think, welcome to the episode, and then afterwards, when you've worked it out, just go really close to the mic. 5.
Just someone else's
Mate,
voice.
just remember you're within fucking poking distance.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, mate.
So there's a table here.
There is.
No one can see what I'm
I
doing.
don't know if
over
anyone's
there.
seen it. So I've picked up a new hobby. This guy hasn't done this.
Yeah, and we're joined by Andy from, well, your artwork by Andy. It's your
I
own
am.
independent thing. Obviously, you're involved in multiple other sort of organisations and,
Yeah,
sort of stuff like that. But, you'd probably label yourself as like a standalone.
No, very much part of the UK Airbrush Forum.
Right.
Certainly within the KKBO scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. I don't separate myself from those guys at all. They're an awesome bunch of guys.
Yeah, 100%.
Last year at the show was my first time on the stand with them, and they were so welcoming and inclusive that I couldn't possibly ignore those guys. They were legends.
100%. No, they're awesome people, and they're just a part of the custom culture. It's like, a very big part of the custom culture, the airbrushing side of things. And we're going to do something in the future. I think where we're going to try and get. It's just logistics, isn't it? People don't live. Not everyone lives in Lincoln.
We have been talking about some plans already. To do with Hank. So. We'll see how that goes, because it's well, as we were talking about, I can pick up a brush and pretty much paint something where it is. There's an awful lot more prep for yourself, for airbrushing in general, not just for you. But we want to try and get some airbrushing on Hank. We just got to figure out how to do that without kind of having to set you up for a week or something like that.
Yeah.
With masking and stuff like that, and working with the satin paint and stuff like that. So
well, it's going to be an action-packed episode this episode, because we'll be talking about the Airbrush Forum. We'll be talking about your journey through and to where you are. Working in Richard Hammond's in garage. Just some guy. So there's going to be a lot going on, and then there'll be some show updates and stuff like that. So stay tuned. Just to start off, man. I mean. Obviously, you were saying it was your first year at the Custom Culture.
Yeah.
And, what did you think of it?
It was awesome. So, I mean, I went to your first year as a punter. I wanted to have a look around, and I wasn't aware of the show previously to that at all.
At all?
No, not at all.
Right,
I've been kind of practicing my little craft in my own little corner and not really been aware of what the greater airbrush forums and shows and the airbrush scene is. I've just been learning my craft very quietly for the last 13, 14 years.
Right, okay.
Very much self-taught. I thought I'd come along to the KKBO. It's actually because of this gentleman here that I even heard about the show, if I'm honest.
Oh, wow.
And so, it was good to meet Josh on the day there, and we had a
Yeah, that's it. I remember you said, "Oh, I follow you on social media."
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now.
Oh, right.
That's weird because generally Josh don't talk a lot.
no, I couldn't get away from it.
Yeah.
I know. Oh,
Oh no, yeah, that's right.
We had a great
Tried
chat,
to
though,
sell
didn't
me
we?
cigars and then coffee and
Coffee
Some beard oil.
some
beard oil.
Yeah. Like I need that.
Yeah,
you know?
like I need it now.
Yeah. So what was it? Just on his Instagram that you
Yeah.
heard from
Yeah,
him?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, thank you very much.
Oh,
You're doing the
mate,
you're doing the
welcome.
Lord's work.
Just remember, you owe me. You know.
What?
I don't know what, but
I mean, I've given you a step with a black bag on it to sit on.
Yeah, we've moved up.
What do you want? What more do you want? Fucking take with you, innit? Fucking give you a black bag on it.
no.
A special bag that as well.
It could have given you the stall of doom.
The stall of doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on. I mean, literally. To be fair, I reckon if I'm not that.
Please don't.
Keep an eye on Jake because he might just disappear from
Yeah.
this podcast.
I'm not going to disappear. I'm that fat. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going to fall backwards and bang my head on the table. It's going to be messy.
As long as we don't knock these tanks off of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are
If I
incredible.
start falling, I'll fall Matt's way.
Appreciate it.
You can catch me, baby.
Matt can throw his body in between the tank and
Yeah, I'll
yours.
do that. Yeah.
Sacrifice
That'd
for
be
the art.
I'm used to that with painting at shows and people coming up. Oh, is that paint?
Like on Mad
bloody
Max
hell.
when they like spray paint their mouth silver, like witness me. Oh man. Yeah. No, honestly, it was great to see you at the show and meet you and stuff. Obviously,
Yeah.
it was what our gratification comes from the sort of the fact that you'd never heard of it and you've managed to now hear about something and it's turned itself into a bit of a community for yourself. Do you know what I mean? And a place, sort of a hub for you to come to.
Yeah.
You know, to be around similar people. And I mean, you know, that's a massive win for us.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember thinking at the time, like, well, obviously what we're doing is working because it's attracting the right people.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like for anyone that's never been to the Kustom culture, like, you can turn up not knowing anyone and you'll leave with tons of friends.
Yeah.
Because everyone is that welcoming and nice and like willing to share their information. I think that's the important part is like, you know, it's like if you're hungry for knowledge, like it's the place for you because people are more than happily talk about their craft and where they came from and, you know, tips and tricks and they'll show you. I mean, you know, if you've ever thought about airbrushing and you know, which a lot of people have, but think it's out of their remit. I mean, stuff like this, it can almost look intimidating for people that have never done it before.
Yeah.
But I imagine that once you look kind of through that, you can see the shapes and you break it down differently to how everyone else would look at it. Because I'd look at that and think there's no way. And obviously you've got 14 years of experience behind you, but, you know, I think a lot of people think that stuff like this is out of their reach. It's not if you put the time in, is it?
No, I mean you've got to start somewhere, and that's why the Airbrush Forum and the Panel Jam exist. Is because I think you came to speak to me. It was last year, wasn't it? About striping to use it to add to what you do.
That's right.
Which is the same way you can use airbrushing to add to what I do. It all fits together. But yeah, we want to share our knowledge. That's why we're there.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than someone coming up to you, they're interested, they pull a line or they mess around with an airbrush and they leave with a little something that they've done, whatever level it may be, but it's something they've done. That's their start on the journey, and we've helped them like that. That's why we're there.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, who knows where it can lead?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you know, I imagine when you first picked up an airbrush, you didn't think you'd be where you are today, did
Not at all.
you? You know. So how did that start for you? Like, what made you pick up the airbrush?
A bit of a sort of mental health breakdown, if I'm honest. There was a really sort of close family bereavement, and as a result, I was off work for 3 or 4 months, and I needed something to do with my hands. I needed some sort of an escape. I've always been kind of arty, if I can say that. You know, enjoyed sort of pencil sketching and stuff like that. Or having said that, I failed GCSE art. So this is kind of my 2 fingers up to that art
Look
teacher
where
who
you
said
are.
you're not good enough. I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah. Should we dig them up?
Yeah.
Wait, put the tank in their face, like the skeleton's there, just like,
That'd be awesome. Mr. Carr, if you're watching.
Mr.
fuck
Carr,
you.
you're a prick, mate.
Fuck you. We will find you.
Prick.
That's another person added to the hit list.
Josh is going to be doing voodoo on him now. I mean, that's what he does to people he doesn't like.
But yeah, and I'm a biker as well. So I've always seen the kind of the effects that the airbrush can create, and some really talented artists out there, particularly stuff as the internet became bigger, sort of 10, 15 years ago, and you start to see the worldwide of airbrush work and custom paint work, and it just captivated me. So I thought, I'm going to have me a slice of that pie and have a go at it, see what I can do. So one night, I think it was about 1:30 in the morning, I sniped a cheap airbrush and compressor off eBay. Paid 13 quid for the two.
Wow.
Nice. And as it transpired, it was the wrong airbrush to do what I needed it to do, or wanted it to do. It was all right if you wanted a spray tan, you'd have been okay, mate. But beyond that, but I still managed to create some artwork with it, and actually did my first commission with that airbrush and compressor, which was a Volkswagen Trike. I just did the two rear mudguards, and I did the two voices of Conscious, so the angel on one side and the devil on the other. And yeah.
Do you have any photos of that?
I can dig some out. I'll
dig it out, because we'll attach it to the podcast, and then we'll put it on the Facebook or whatever. Cause I mean, it's like, that's interesting to see where people start out, isn't it? You know.
So then I'm sure Matt will understand this more. But the more you learn about something, the more you realise you don't know.
Oh yeah.
And so then you start, and at that point I was probably teetering on the edge of a really deep, really expensive rabbit hole, and now I can't see the top anymore. I'm falling headlong down it. But yeah, the artwork's steadily progressed. I did a little 2-day course down in Evesham with an artist called Mick Neal, who's actually part of the UK Airbrush Forum.
All right.
And I did a little 2-day black and white portrait course, and he showed me techniques that I've now been able to adapt and carry forward. I had no idea you could erase paint or erase into paint to create texture.
Right.
Because the biggest thing with the airbrush is controlling overspray.
Yeah.
You can control it with shields, you can control it with masking, or you can control it by removing the overspray with an eraser.
So is that spraying thinners onto it, or is that actually a tool that you do?
I use a pencil eraser.
Yeah. Oh, see, right.
I've seen people using the electric ones.
Yes.
And like creating like a stippling effect in it and things.
And when I learned how to do that, but then, I mean, if you look in some of the details in these tanks, for instance, even down to the point of a scalpel, and I'll just put a really fine line through the paint, and because the paint doesn't absorb into the surface on an automotive surface, it means you then expose whatever the substrate is, the sort of white paint, base paint underneath, or the silver in that case underneath.
Right.
And you start to create highlights. It's known as subtractive highlighting.
So the base coat really matters.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what you were on about with the hair, wasn't it? Especially on this one, where it's the subtractive highlighting.
Yeah.
That makes sense, that, yeah.
So you can scratch into, or you can, I mean, we're talking really, really gently scratch into, or like, say, pencil erasers, electric erasers. Yeah. I've got a whole myriad of different tools for different effects, some really soft compound erasers, some like a sand eraser, which is really quite aggressive. Yeah. And I can create different effects with those.
Do you use any like makeup brushes and shit like that?
No, they're too gentle ones, because the paint dries almost immediately when you spray it. Right. So.
Oh right, so there's no smudging or anything. You're actually getting like clean. Right.
I suppose there's that little paint on there, isn't there? That it's going to dry.
Yeah.
So when I learned it, when I attempted to learn airbrushing, I was using like craft knives. Like when I was doing a skull, so in the cravats, in the jaws, and that, I was like trying to create like like weathered effect in the bone.
Yeah.
And that's what I was learned at. Believe it or not, there's quite a lot of it that isn't actually done with the airbrush. Obviously there is, but on the other hand, like there's probably more than what you think that isn't done with the airbrush.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's about like the highlights and things like that.
Yeah,
so what you do initially is you put down a very fine. The idea or the methodology I've always followed is do the darkest areas very light first. Right. So you're putting a minimum amount of paint down, but you're just starting to create those tonal values.
So you're effectively mapping out the design, like doing a light pencil sketch. But
I mean, no, I'll do a pencil sketch first anyway, because I need that kind of roadmap. Yeah. That's how you get your proportions in the right place and things like that. And pencil's very non-committal. It's really easy to remove it and put it You know,
So
that eye's 2 millimeters out, I'll move it across a bit, that kind of thing.
So is that a normal pencil, or would it be like a Stabilo, you know, the Omnicron pencil?
No,
or something
I just use a normal mechanical
graphic
pencil.
Yeah,
Yeah, just normal graphic pencil.
Right.
A really hard lead, because you don't want to put too much graphite down on the surface, because paint won't adhere to the graphite. So if you've marked out a dark area with graphite and then put paint over it, the paint won't adhere, or the graphite prevents the paint from adhering to the surface, and then the moment you touch an eraser, that dark area is white. Yeah. Because the graphite's lifted the paint off.
Yeah, it disappears. Yeah.
Yeah. So so I'd map out the darker areas in the hair, for instance, and then start creating layers of texture. So I'd erase into the lighter areas to make them more highlighted, add more texture in, and it's
so if you
layers
could break
and
us
layers
down
of
on
paint.
this face, sort of take us through the face then, like how would you build up the face?
So I always start with the eyes if I'm doing any kind of portrait. I always say that the eyes are the window to the soul. You and I are talking to each other now. We're maintaining eye contact. When we talk to each other, we talk to our eyes. If you get the eyes wrong, the face will never look right. No. So you've got to get the eyes right. So again, it's that kind of commitment thing. I can change the eyes. If I just do the eyes and they're not quite right, I can take it off and change it to get it right.
Eyes make the person, don't they?
Yes, and that means I don't have to commit to the rest of the face or potentially ruin the rest of the face because that eye's not quite in the right place. So I'll do the eyes first, and then, to be honest, you can chuck the rest from a bucket 6 foot away, because if you've got the eyes right, that's all that people are looking at, really.
I mean, it's true. I mean, your eyes meet her eyes, don't they? When you look at that tank, it's you know what I mean. It's like straight away, isn't it? It's weird, isn't it? I guess that's like kind of like a human thing, isn't it? That's kind of what you look for, isn't it? But it's interesting how you kind of capitalise on that sort of like human instinct to go straight to that bit and use that as a centerpiece because it instantly draws your eye there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's really well thought out. We're going to go for a quick ad break. So yeah, here's an ad from Matchbook.
Is your Harley Davidson feeling a little stock? You know, like it's rolling down the road with training wheels? Does it lack that growl, that rumble, that oomph? Well, at Matchbook Custom, we've got the cure for your motorcycle's midlife crisis. Whether it's performance upgrades, custom builds, or making it look like it can bench press your neighbor's car, we do it all. Because let's face it, a stock Harley is like showing up to a biker rally on a scooter. We're the Harley specialist just outside Stamford, UK. Ready to give your bike the balls it's been begging for. Custom parts, slick gear, and upgrades so hot, your bike will practically start dating a Ducati. So don't let your ride limp along. Bring it to Matchbook Custom, where stock bikes go to grow a pair. Visit us at www.mbc.style. Yeah, that's right, we're so cool even our website's got style. Or email us at matchbookcustom@gmail.com. Side effects of visiting Matchbook Custom may include excessive horsepower, spontaneous wheelies, and your neighbors wondering why their bikes suddenly feel inadequate. Matchbook Custom, where Harleys get jacked and stock bikes cry in the corner.
We're back and we're missing Josh. He's probably in the toilet having a shit, more than likely.
Could be an hour or so.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be any time.
He's talking into the mirror, thinking himself up, asking the mirror who he's looking at.
Did you remember to keep his mic on so we can hear him straight?
No, he left it in here. Otherwise, it's just going to be us talking with. So that was Matchbook Custom for all your Harley Davidson needs. They're also doing powder coating. So
for anyone, nice job of it as well. Yeah,
and Matt's really he's really into like pushing the boundaries of his powder coating as well. So he's kind of like. He likes the whole idea of like Larry colours and flake and that sort of shit. You know, not just your bog standard. I mean, listen, not that there's anything wrong with bog standard powder coating. It's got to be done.
Yeah. It's functional, isn't it?
But I do like the Larry shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it just makes everything more interesting, doesn't it?
I think I'm going to have to twist his arm about getting the brake calipers done on the caddy. Actually, I want something special doing on them.
Yeah.
So I might have to go twist his arm.
Well, the thing is, it's one of those things where when we started talking about him, me and Josh are like. Fucking firing questions at him, like he's like, but it's like there's so much to it. Like once you start unpacking it, like the airbrushing, it's kind of like, oh, so you can do this, and then you do this, and obviously, like their thing is overspray as well, isn't it? You know, if obviously you're doing rims and you want the inner to be metal or whatever. So a lot of that's erasing and shit like that as well, isn't it? So, and it's kind of interesting. You know, it's like a lot of people would think it's about how much paint you're putting on, but in some respects, it's about finding that balance between how much paint you're putting on, but also taking off at the same sort of time to make it work.
I was saying about that course I did with Mick Neal. One of the best things he told me was that it's not about what you're taking off; it's about what you're choosing to leave on.
Yeah.
You know, because what you're taking off, you can then paint over again, and it creates then 2 different shades of the same colour. Because the majority of the paints I use are water-based and they're transparent paints, you can put a red over a yellow, and the interface is an orange, for instance. But if you then erase into a yellow and put a red over it, it becomes an orange with a red in the centre where it was erased through to the white, and you can really mess with different colours, and that's how the sort of textures and the things that you see in this kind of artwork are created.
See, I love that. I didn't really think about the whole base coat, and obviously, like, you don't realise how much base coat you're actually seeing there, do you?
Oh yeah.
I mean, you probably. I mean, there's a lot of silver, but you don't really see it as silver. But it's like I was kind of thinking as soon as you said that, like, about all the other sort of base coat colours you can use to kind of like get an even more dramatic effect and stuff like that. I mean,
there's a lot of airbrush guys will paint and use a black base coat, and also I've done stuff on leather as well, because I don't just paint on automotive surfaces. I don't know if you saw recently, I had artwork in an exhibition, and so I'm doing stuff that you can hang on the wall as well.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to lean into the fine art side of it, the very photorealistic fine art side of the artwork.
Oh, amazing.
So trying to, and also then that kind of Venn diagram of being able to put that fine art, the stuff that in the frame painting there, onto automotive surfaces, moving away slightly from that kind of traditional airbrush finish, which is very soft fades and stuff like that, and to really create fine art but on automotive surfaces is my goal.
Awesome, man. I mean, it really sounds like you're kind of stamping out your own route.
Absolutely.
I've noticed that, because it's really like both of these. You probably can't see on camera, but everything's really sharp. And it's always been one of my complaints about airbrushing, is a lot of it looks good from a distance, but you get close to it and it's kind of as if it's blurred.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I want to really challenge that.
Yeah.
And so I create my artwork to look reasonable from a distance, but you still be able to get within 2 feet of it and still be able to go, oh wow, look at all this detail that's hidden into it as well.
You can see, because it's really, really sharp, and that must be very difficult, because my medium it's a brush, so it's inherently, there's sharp lines. I struggle to get, or not struggle, but it's a challenge for me to get stuff that's not sharp, whereas I imagine you're kind of almost the opposite way around.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's it's interesting, the difference.
Yeah, and I guess the pros and the cons to both, isn't there? I guess it's you're going to find it a lot harder to like blend and shit with a brush, aren't you?
Well, that's it. And again, like I think we were talking about this off camera, is the way that these two can kind of go together and complement each other. Whereas sometimes you'll probably want maybe a hard outline around something. Might be easier for you to use a brush. Whereas if I'm doing like a spear down the centre of a design, the fade is a lot easier to do with an airbrush.
Yeah.
I can do it with a brush, but it'll never look like a perfect fade. You'll see kind of where it changes.
Maybe you should do a bit of a swap over at the show.
We spoke at the panel jam, didn't we? So I would like to, because I bought what I imagine is a cheap, not very good airbrush. Well, in fact, I think I swapped it for a tattoo design, with a view to doing that and actually kind of augmenting, because you can do it for colours on pinstripe, for shadows on pinstriping as well. Much like I did on that Vikla project, rather than actually painting it with a brush, you can just go across with an airbrush and make a really nice soft shadow on something.
Yeah. What, is that what you did?
I didn't. I used a brush and I actually mixed black and some clear until it was pretty much it was very transparent, so it just gives a nice little... But it's quite a hard edge, so an airbrush would have enabled me to make it a bit softer.
Yeah, a bit more like photorealistic.
Yeah. But again, it's pushing it.
And you can also use that drop shadow effect to lift the graphic off the surface. visually.
Exactly that, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it almost looks like the graphics floating above the surface.
Well, that's what I
which
did.
is a
So
really
basically, when everything crosses over, a little bit of a shadow there looks like it's crossing over, but at a distance.
Like it's sitting on top of the paint like
Yeah.
that. I mean, do you guys? I mean, I know you're very self-taught. You're all self-taught, but I mean, like, you know, like courses and you know, like going on like sort of courses and stuff like that. Do you guys see that as an advantage? Do you think that's advantageous? I mean, obviously, it's completely different fields here. So
it's worth doing, I think. I mean, I must admit, I am thinking about doing a sign writing course with Joby Carter down. I think he's down south somewhere. I can't remember where. But because I think rather than pinstriping with sign writing, there's quite a lot of rules to how something looks good, because there's your kind of gap and ratios of letters and stuff like that. So yeah, you can do a casual script and it can look good, but when you're getting into proper block sign writing, there is a fair amount of kind of rules and maths and stuff like that. And I think it's possibly easier to talk to someone who knows more than me, basically, because it's how we all learn, is you talk to someone who knows more than you. So I have thought about doing that. The pinstriping, I feel, is a bit more freeform, so it'd be useful to go on a course because it'd give you a head start, I think. But also, I think possibly with the pinstriping, I'm still picking stuff up, but I've found my style, so I don't know if like a beginner's course would really benefit me. But working with someone else, definitely, like working alongside someone who's better than me or even the same as me is always going to help.
yeah.
But definitely a course will help you.
I think for me, that course I did, and it was quite early on in my airbrush sort of journey with Mick. Those 2 days probably saved me about 5 years of self-teaching.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Financially, it was well worth the money.
Yeah.
It was awesome value for money, because the techniques that I could take away from that, suddenly I could do pet portraits. I could do figurative portraits and things like that. I've found more recently as well, I joined our local art society, as it's pronounced, the Art Society. And seeing now, I'm a very new thing to them because they've never seen airbrush work.
Yeah.
I took this tank along to a sort of a show and tell evening that we were having at the first meeting I attended, and there was a crowd around it all night. How have you done that? What have you done there? How is this possible? It blew their minds. And I'm just there going, well, it's just pew shit.
Well, you said it's witchcraft. You said airbrushing's witchcraft before, so they probably thought thought similar. Do you know what I mean? Like, how do you do it?
But that's opened another outlet for me as well, being able to get into galleries and stuff like that. Pieces hanging on the walls. It was really nice on Facebook. Thank you very much for you to share in the group.
No, I try and help.
And I'd won the award at we have as a society, we have a big exhibition at the end of each year at the local art gallery, and I'd won the People's Choice Award with the snow leopard painting there. So that was enormous for me. That was really massive.
I imagine it gratifying, and I think kind of like where the custom culture comes in as well is like people like it's nice to have a reason to do what you're doing, and being able to sort of go somewhere and then have something like once a year you show it off, and it's like because it's like you build up to that all year. You're kind of thinking, well, it's like I'll do this and it will look really good because I can take it to the show.
Absolutely, I've already made plans now and just ordered. So if I'm doing a flat piece now, I won't work on canvas anymore. That snow leopard was the last piece I do on canvas because I've now discovered aluminium composite board.
Yeah.
And it responds to the paint exactly the same as an automotive surface.
Yeah.
So I can blitz that straight away.
It's great stuff. That
absolutely
it's
incredible.
Really, it's light, so because I work in a steel shop, so my first thought was, offcuts of steel.
Yeah.
But then they're heavy, they're a pain, and they've got sharp edges on. But that composite board, there's a place down the road from my work, and you just basically pre-order something cut to what you want.
Yeah.
Or a full sheet and do it yourself. I mean, it's easy enough to work with. Great stuff.
What, hacksaw?
Circular saw.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's about what?
If you can actually cut it, if you take your time, you can cut it with a Stanley blade.
Yeah.
All right. What? Just keep fucking
going
over it.
Score because it's basically a sandwich. You've got an aluminium foil on each side and then polycarbonate in the centre.
Oh right. Oh yeah. So it's just
it's basically
lovely,
plastic.
lovely finish on it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's got that it's got and it's powder coated predominantly as well. So it's got a really sort of robust surface, painted surface.
Yeah.
That you can scratch into, you can key it, you can spray it as you would a car.
Did you put anything into our art gallery last year?
Yeah. So that tank was in the art gallery last year.
I was going to say, because I felt like I'd seen it before.
Yeah.
I think you were walking out with it, and I think I stopped you and said, "Everyone, come and look at this."
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
There was drinks involved.
No, really?
I know we look teetotal, don't we? But
As I say, yeah, we have to stay sober to organise the show properly.
You can piss off. You were rat arse, mate. You were drinking Adam's mojitos.
The Irish mojitos.
The Irish mojitos.
I'm not going to say anything about the drink because I may or may not have had a hand in Brian's incident. And
I know, yeah.
We're not.
No. I mean, it was an impressive fall. It was.
Could have done with a parachute.
Yeah, I wonder if you remember that, Brian. Yeah, comment if you remember that. I'm sure you'll be watching.
I doubt he remembers.
No. I mean, maybe he probably felt like, God damn, in the morning, like what happened.
I was going to say, yeah, to fall from that height but still be sitting down was quite impressive.
We've had it because a lot of people they'll sit in the woods and they'll drink and they'll stay sitting down for fucking ages, and they're outside as well. Yeah. They don't really realise because of the warmth of the fire and stuff, and then they stand up after being afraid, and then they just go, oh, buff.
Yeah. You then realise that it's your legs that are drunk and not you.
Yeah. Physics.
The cold air hits you, and then you realise you've got to actually walk to where you
Physics and gravity, sir. Yeah. So we'll go for another quick break and from Welcome, and then we'll be back in a mo. And hopefully Josh has finished having his shit. Hello, Josh.
Hello, Jake. How are you?
What brings you to this fine establishment?
Well, I'm here at Shadowbridge enjoying some golden ale.
Golden ale, you say?
Yes.
May I have some as well, please, barkeep?
Yes.
We would like some of your finest golden ale, please, sir.
We have nothing but fine golden ale here.
I would like some of the award-winning Shadowbridge ale, please, sir.
Which one?
Just like the one I drank, the Dragon Slayer.
Dragon Slayer, certainly.
Is this the place with the award-winning customer service?
It is. The award's right there. You can read or take it.
Wow, I can't wait for this delicious beverage.
While you're at it, take a hat.
Ugh! This advertisement is not legally binding. Any beer mats thrown at presenters are entirely deserved. Shadowbridge Brewery cannot be held responsible for your poor life choices, sudden desire to join a band, or increased consumption of craft lager. Please drink responsibly. Terms and conditions apply. See tap room for details.
Fair enough, I'll do that for you. Because he's given me,
We'll run it again.
4 hours of his time, which he didn't have to do, so I can do something special. And I like doing that, but yeah, there's a couple of mates that their money's no good, but they'll always offer. Yeah. And that's how you know they're your mates.
Yeah.
We'll run it again to the next ad break if he's busy in that, because it's
still
fine,
straining, isn't he?
Yeah, cool.
I reckon he's had a bag of peanuts.
I reckon he's still flexing in the mirror.
Yeah. Just like get him while he's not here. Let's tell loads of shit about him, man.
He's going to release a Let's Talk About Motorcycles podcast. It's just going to be a takedown.
Right, there's some things you need to know about Jake and Matt.
Yeah.
It's all lies, guys. It's all slander. Don't listen to it.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I was going to mention, you mentioned about the signwriting course. And I saw something the other day, and it was some guy, and he had a big sheet of paper up in it, and he was using this, electric tool to, burn little...
Oh, a pounce, an electro pounce, yeah.
What is that?
Well, what that is, as far as I understand it, is illegal over here.
Really?
Yeah, because people make their own, and it basically... I've got, I don't know if you've seen, but I've got that toothed wheel, and I'll do a design, run over it with that, and it puts a load of little holes in, then rub over it with chalk. You've probably done this before as well, haven't you? So it's a way of transferring your design onto a big piece, and it's repeatable for the other door.
I'm going to say,
Right.
I use a similar technique, but I've done a car recently which needed to be symmetrical both sides.
Yeah.
So we designed one side kind of freehand with fine line tape. tracing paper over it, held in place. We split it up into panels, so you've got defined marks that are repeatable in reverse on the other side of the car, and then using chalk, a chalk pencil, mark those lines out, flip the paper over onto the side of the car, and draw. You can see the chalk on the inside of the tracing paper, and then you just draw the lines back on. The chalk then transfers onto the vehicle.
Right.
Surface, but like you say, putting pinholes in it, and then you allow chalk dust to go through those pinholes.
Yeah, because I've just got a pad that you basically rub over it, and it does that. But an electro-pounce, I don't quite know how it works, but it just pulses. So if you're rubbing it along like a pencil, it'll just pulse and burn.
Yeah, it looked really satisfying. Like, it's just like.
I think they're a bit dodgy, and I don't think you're meant to have them over here because I think they're effectively like some kind of
taser.
I think so. I'm not sure. I see a lot in the States, but not so much over here. But I think a lot of the people in the States actually make their own. So I have thought about trying to make one. But I'm not sure if it's one of those things where... Like,
where's the line between art and crime?
Yeah, well, whether your internet search history ends up being, someone might think I'm a terrorist or something like that. But, it's...
I think I'd be more concerned about, so how did the fire start?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Well,
what I was doing is running electrical... current,
a high voltage electric
paper in my shed that's full of paint.
What I did was I tased your car.
Oh yeah, that as well, like frying the ECU or something. Yeah. It seems like a useful thing, but I must admit
I've never seen him use it on a car.
Oh yeah, no.
Fucking lines like that.
I've got an image of that image from Home Alone where he's sat behind the wheel.
Oh yeah.
You can only paint with big fucking rubber boots on, like. You know?
No, I've gone more onto Sarrel transfer paper now for smaller stuff anyway, because it's just easier.
Is that like sort of tattoo stencil stuff, or?
Kinda, yeah. It's basically just a graphite paper, and it comes in all different colours. You put it between. You draw out your design, take the Sarrel paper to the door or the tank or whatever, put your design over it and retrace it, and it'll just transfer it straight on. But it's great because it comes in white, so if you're doing a dark car and it literally rubs off, there's no...
Yeah.
And it doesn't affect the paint or anything like that.
I use a similar system as well with graphite transfer paper.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've got black, blue, white, I think I've got some red, and just going through and figuring out what works and what doesn't. But it's just pouncing perforating an entire pattern. Say, for instance, a door on a pickup or something like that. You've probably got a good hour and a half in just pouncing it out. And if you can cut that time, because that's the thing is, I always liken it a bit to kind of school teachers, where everyone says, they only work kind of 9 to 3, and you don't see all the prep.
Yeah.
And what we do as well, say for the sake of argument, you're going to do some airbrushing on back of someone's truck. You've already designed it. There's probably nearly as much time in the prep, the same as me. If I've done a load of designs, shown them to the person, done a final design, then I've blown it up, then I've done the pounce pattern, I've already put a day's work in, easy. Yeah. And then I'm going to do another day's work. Luckily, most people that get stuff like this done by people like us, they understand that. But you will get the odd person who's like, well, you've been here 3 hours. Well, yeah, I have.
Yeah, but the lead up to get here.
Yeah, the prep was 4 or 5 hours, and also... I've been doing this 9 years, you've been doing this 14 years, you're also paying for the experience. It's the fact that we can do this in 3 hours, and we're not just taking like a week to do it or something like that, and it looks good afterwards.
Yeah.
Is luckily, the custom car and bike circles, people generally understand that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's you've got varying degrees of respect within the car scene, don't you? And you've got people that kind of take the piss, and then you've got people that really understand. Do you know what I mean? It's we get it a lot. Like, why are you charging us to bring our show car to an event? And it's like, because we're not just a car show, we're like an everything show. Do you know what I mean? So
it costs money to put on, and the fact is, you try and what are we charging? £15 a day. Go for a day out, spend 15 quid. See how far you get.
Yeah. I mean, it's and hopefully, it's we get a lot more families there and stuff, because I mean, our big idea is, it's like getting that new generation going. And I mean, the interesting thing is, like, if you compare you guys' work levels now to, say, the 1940s, even though not necessarily yourself, but I don't know, was airbrushing around back then?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
or there was certainly the lead up to it. If you think 1940s, the pin-up girls on the side of the World War II bombers.
Yeah.
You know, predominantly brush painted, you know, traditional brush, but that was the forerunner to all of this, wasn't it? You know.
Yeah. I mean, you know, quickly, the point I was going to make was, it's interesting to see the difference between your work levels now to how it used to be. So it's like, you know, and it's like, you imagine what it's going to be like in another 20 years, like how far along and how many boundaries would have been pushed by then to constantly make it better and better, because it's skills that never go backwards. People are always adding their own extra elements to it and stuff, aren't they? So it's like, you know, how crazy is it going to get, and how extreme is it going to get, you know what I mean, at some point?
Paint technology in both of our fields, paint technology itself, vibrancy in colours, UV resistance, things like that, they've all moved on massively over a very short period of time, really, and that's only going to get better.
Yeah.
You know,
That's it, yeah.
10 years ago, if you put a candy paint down through an airbrush, you probably had 2 years and that candy paint would fade.
Really?
Under UV, yeah, absolutely. Whereas now candy paints, they're moving as well. The actual paint is safer to use because they're water-based now rather than sort of spirit-based and that, you know, so it becomes more accessible. Or yesterday's technology is much cheaper today, so it's more accessible to the hobbyist.
Yeah.
As much as the professional.
So for average Joe off the street, never thought about airbrushing before, like, what are the first steps? Do you know what I mean? Because you said, I don't know if we were off air or not, but you said that, you know, when you first originally started out, you bought the wrong airbrush.
Yeah.
You know, like, what would you recommend for someone that's like never airbrushed before but wants to get into it?
The University of YouTube.
Yeah.
Do your research first, and there is a wealth of stuff.
But what do they need to be what's the sort of things to look for? Do you know what I mean? Like, what pitfalls could you fall into? Like, where did you go wrong?
Say, could you go into Machine Mart and buy an airbrush kit, or would you say start better, or?
Oh, you can get better value elsewhere. So now I'm going to probably pronounce this incorrectly. Gallery is a brand of airbrush that are producing reasonable quality airbrushes at really affordable prices.
Right.
45 quid can get you a 0.3 nozzle or 0.25 nozzle that will produce reasonable artwork, and that's a really good accessible price point to start with. You know what I mean? That you can then build on, and as your skill set becomes greater, you'll probably outgrow that airbrush, and then you'll perhaps upgrade and get a slightly more expensive.
So what, when you're upgrading, what are you looking for? Well, what separates them? Do you know what I mean?
It is build quality. You very much build, yeah.
Like feel of it in your hand, weight and stuff, and
consistency from the airbrush. How easy it is to clean, because keeping the inside of the airbrush like clinically clean is important, because when you're firing paint through a nozzle that's, I mean, my smallest nozzle is 0.15 of a millimetre in diameter.
Jeez.
You know, that's even smaller than Josh is dealing with at the moment.
Got him. That'll be a clip.
So, yeah, the tiniest fragment of dried paint inside that system, and it just becomes bitty, it starts splattering, it has a really dramatic effect when you're trying to create consistent tiny little fine lines.
Yeah.
You know,
the last thing you need is it fucking one.
With that nozzle I can create a hairline, a single, you know, if you look closely into some of these tiny little, these are just single strokes of the airbrush.
Yeah.
So yeah, the cleanliness inside that, well, the more expensive airbrushes tend to be easier to keep clean and more consistent.
So how do you sit that down on a table, or do you prefer working? How do you orientate the work, really? So
I've built my own. So outside of airbrushing, my proper job, I'm an engineer. So I've built my own cradle system that I can hold. Basically, I've got a hole in my desk, drilled through the desk, and I've built a bracket onto the bottom with a quick release on it. I've got a length of tube underneath and a smaller diameter tube that will fit inside it, so it'll telescope.
Right.
And then I've built a bracket system from extruded aluminium on top of that I can mount a fuel tank on and secure the tank to it. with an articulation unit,
jealous
so
now,
I can articulate it in any direction. I've got a second attachment with a mannequin's head on it, so I can put a motorcycle helmet on it.
That's a good idea.
And it sits snug, and it's controlled, and I can articulate it, turn it, and then beyond that, I've now built my own easel as well, which is built from a whiteboard. You'd use for dry white pens and that, but it's a magnetic surface, so I can put material on there, and then can use magnets to hold shields in place and stuff like that.
Right, that's a good idea. That
yeah. And it's a perfectly smooth surface as well. So when I'm erasing into it, I'm not getting any texture from a substrate. Yeah. It's a mirror smooth surface to work from.
Fucking hell. There you go, man.
Yeah.
Do you make them and sell them? I think someone's interested. Do you know what I mean?
I'll be honest with you, I haven't invented these things. There's companies out there that sell these things.
Really?
Yeah, but they were outside my price point. So
I imagine, yeah.
I'm going to make it myself.
I must admit that does appeal to me more. Is just like figuring it out for yourself and making it. 'Cause I mean, I've got access to similar things like Ali, angle and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
does it do your head in sometimes having to like constantly be like? Because I imagine you do a lot of leaning over, don't you?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's kind of comparable, I imagine, to tattooing with the whole lower back thing.
You must have good core though, because it's like you can't use your arms to like hold yourself up while you're holding yourself over something, do you?
Oh
like,
yeah,
if you're painting a hood,
it's a lot of crouching down and bending over. I mean, I must admit, I did a pair of lids actually for a fella called Josh that you know from Warlocks, and I basically stuck them onto my knee, and I had I was like that with it kind of on my knee, doing it like that, which worked quite well, but it's not exactly practical. It'd be better if you had something like Andy's got and could position it around. But then I was at a show, so it's needs must. It's because sometimes if you're doing the back of a lid, you could just put, if it's an open face one at least, because I did this with Tom's Vickler build, you can just put it on its face and the back of it's towards you. Luckily, he only wanted the back pinstriping. But yeah, if you're doing a full piece across, then I found the best way at a show was on my knee, and then at least you're kind of in the wrong position because you're leaning over, so probably that knee. But
I'm a great fan of. You're not going to produce your best quality work if you're not physically comfortable.
No.
You know, there's always going to be, like say, that kind of straining, and can you get the right angle with your pinstripe brush to get that left-hand edge come down or whatever it may be.
Have you ever found yourself running out of room?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so one of this articulation joint is actually off it's a car system that the Americans use a lot in the overland world for mounting iPads or tablets and stuff like that, and it's got this kind of double ball with a clamp system on it.
Oh, right.
It's called a RAM mount system. That's their trade name, and I just pinched that idea, and that made it so that I could articulate it in any direction I want.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's the thing for me as well. Is working at shows is you're in less than ideal conditions, not disregarding the weather. The fact is, if something's on a car or on a bike, you kind of work it. Like when you're doing a tank on a bike, you've got to be physically sat on the bike. But then it's at an angle because it's on the kickstand anyway.
Yeah.
And it's
and not many bikes have centre stands these days.
Everything's set up to be a pain in your ass, basically.
When I said, did you ever run out of room? I don't know if you know, but I kind of meant like, say you're painting a tank and you kind of get to the end of your reach.
Oh yeah.
And then you're having to pick up lines.
Yeah.
I imagine that's probably one of the hardest parts of pinstriping is like picking up a half-finished line. I always see them, and it's like, because it's like to get the same pressure on the brush to make it spread the same distance is like, that's fucking looks hard because most people end up going back too fat, wouldn't they? And then being too fat of a line.
But that's where it's as big-headed as it sounds. It does just come from experiences. You learn to know how to do that. But it's running out of room. Also, is position. And I did a dash on a split-screen van, a double cab pickup actually. Some of it I did from the back seat in the cab, so I had enough room, because otherwise I'd be like that. Some of it I did sat in there. Some of it I opened the Safari windows and did it upside down through the windows because I didn't.
Oh wow!
Because the thing is, if you're trying to pull a line and your elbow's hitting something, the brush has to be in line, or ideally has to be in line with your forearm because you're pulling.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because you had to go last year, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Did you not have a go?
No.
We were just chatting.
Yeah.
But so that's a big thing, is pulling a straight line. If everything's in line, it's a lot easier. but then it doesn't always work that well, because you don't really want to be pulling a line that way because there's too much variance.
Yeah,
on it.
yeah, you've not got the stiffness.
Sometimes you have to. It's like same as you don't want to be going away from you.
I imagine in your head you're like, fucking concentrate, concentrate.
But that's it. Sometimes you just don't
fuck it
have the
up.
room. It's there's like little dashes on American trucks as well. That's a nightmare because there's no room in them anyway.
Yeah.
And they're all different angles.
In my head, I've got this image of, you know, the Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise hanging on the end of the wire.
That would be a lot easier. Absolutely would. All I need is
Dangling
someone
through the
like
sunroof.
dangling me from a fishing rod. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, because I imagine most of it.
We could level it up and put you on a bungee so you get a limited amount of time at the end of each stroke. Just
Keep
bit
it
more up
spicy.
again.
That'd be quite. Yeah, we'll try that one. I think.
Set you on fire. This is turning into entertainment for the custom culture, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
World's hardest pinstriping.
So I imagine most of your stuff is parts that are off a car. I wouldn't imagine you do much. I mean, apart from like say back panels on wagons or something.
Because
like
I do the majority of my work. I've converted my back bedroom into a little studio. It's really difficult to get a car up the stairs.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
most
mean,
challenging.
say for the sake of argument, if someone was wanting you to do a pair of doors, I imagine you'd just take the doors and do it, or would you actually go and do that on the car?
It depends what facilities they've got available to me.
Yeah.
So I've done cars. I've done a lorry.
Yeah.
And I went to their site
Right.
and was given the weekend. There's the front panel of the wagon. Crack on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's similar to what I do. It's like I've got a Triumph Speed Triple coming up, and he only wants coach lines around the body panels and around the fly guard and that. But he said, I can bring it to you, but at the moment I'm still trying to get my garage built. I'm boring myself now with that.
The saga continues.
But the first question is, right, have you got cover where you work? Because, I mean,
Yeah.
generally a lean-to, just a roof will do as long as the weather's not too cold.
You see that?
Not for you, I imagine.
No. Wind has a dramatic effect on spray paint.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know
yeah.
I mean, it's aside from the airbrush, I painted my own Land Rover on the drive. It was during lockdown.
Oh, you're talking to a man that has also painted his truck on the drive with rattle cans. You know what I mean? The wind steals half of it. You feel like asking for half your fucking money back.
I thought I was really generous in that I didn't charge my next door neighbour for doing the one side of his van as well.
Yeah, well, you know,
And the windows, and the front windows as well.
Yeah.
But weirdly, it's probably more severe weather than you, but also with pinstriping. Gust of wind is that tip of that brush ends up a good half-inch away from where it's supposed to.
You think
look
that-
at the front of Hank. If you ever get a chance, look at the front of Hank, because we struggled with that.
I saw.
He's a fucking wind sail as well, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? It's a big slab side, isn't he? He just
So
rocks.
it was rocking, the brush was moving, and somehow
It was hot.
red hot as well. So yeah.
Perfect storm.
Yeah.
Oh, it was before that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking hell.
No, they say ideally in a garage that's
Yeah.
shut. Be nice if there was heating and like cups of tea coming. But you know,
Here comes the rider.
yeah,
Red
that's
M&Ms.
all that's all wants rather than needs. But yeah, at least a decent place to work.
I mean, I got the opportunity more recently to paint in an actual spray booth.
Yeah,
What a difference!
yeah,
Yeah. The only issue with that was it was vented through the floor, so the whole floor of the booth is the filter,
yeah.
and your extraction goes through the floor, which is the modern way of doing things in booths now, because
It's always falling down, isn't it?
exactly it's always falling down. So just let the draft help it, and it's just, which means the floor's a mesh, so kneeling on it.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I was thinking
It's
whether you were
crippling.
losing bits out your airbrush and stuff like that.
No,
Yeah, it's like kneeling on fucking cobblestones, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a bit of
You need to get I've got like yoga mat there.
Yeah.
And that thing has saved me so much because it's like a nice long bit of rubber matting.
Oh yeah.
It's like anytime I do breaks or anything like that's the first thing that comes out of the garage
Yeah.
is the
I've
the
got one of
comfy
them little
mat.
gardening, like a smaller version of that little gardening mat that I need.
Oh, my knees!
Yeah, no, well, I'm getting on now, man. I'm getting on.
Same, dude. Same. We take the piss, but no, it's, you wake up one day, don't you? You're just like, fucking hell, fuck.
Realise you're sitting down and making weird noise. Who made that weird dad? Oh man, it's me.
Mate, I'm just expecting at some point
I
this chair's
embrace
in a
it now.
spider leg.
Yeah,
I
do.
just embrace it. I even let the apprentices know that was my standing up noise.
Yeah.
It's very similar to my bending down noise.
Yeah, let's see if we can pick up Josh's shitting noises. He must still be ripping one out in there. Do you know what I mean?
I reckon
not very well.
the peanuts are scratching.
Right, we're going to go to our next ad break and we'll be back in a mo.
Rev up your creativity with Wacom UK's cutting-edge tools, designed to revolutionize the way you approach custom painting. Our 360-degree light attachment is a game changer, providing unparalleled visibility for flawless results on every vehicle you paint. Say goodbye to missed spots and uneven coats, as Wacom UK empowers you to paint with confidence and precision. Trusted by industry leaders, our tools are crafted for creators who demand excellence in every project. Don't settle for ordinary when you can achieve extraordinary. Join the next wave of custom creators and experience the future of custom painting with Wacom UK. Revolutionize your craft. Elevate your artistry. Explore more at Wacom.uk and follow on Instagram at Wacom UK. Wacom UK, setting new standards for custom vehicle painting.
Right, okay, cool. Yeah, Josh is back from his shit.
He's back.
Oh,
Are you alright?
no, me arsehole. No, I don't.
Wow, we'll have to go again, aren't we? Right, go again. Start from scratch.
Oh, yeah,
Just
sorry.
instantly back. We've been having
He has to
fucking
delete
polite-
loads of stuff out.
polite conversation.
Who'd have
we've been
thought
having.
it?
There's been philosophy and all sorts going
Has
on.
it?
You-
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry. Take it back down to my IQ.
Everyone's going to be like listening to it, like, yeah, Josh is back.
Oh, fuck. Standards are dropped.
Josh is
alright.
back and he says he's a blood orange. What?
We managed to get some intellectual conversation in between, so now we can let it go to shit.
Well, the thing was, like, I was like gutted that I had, because I love the idea of airbrushing, and you know I attempted to have a go, and it's like, so I got obviously we were saying about the textures and things, and I was like so looking forward to this. So I'm gonna have to watch it back now, which I never watch any. I mean, I do watch them, you know, but yeah. So what have I missed?
Right, let's recap. Let's go from the start. No, man. I mean, we've just been sort of talking about. It's been a lot of processes, hasn't it? Really, sort of. You know, we went from sign. It's like a little recap, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
like,
recap.
Yeah, so we've been talking about all sorts of stuff like sign writing, the pinstriping, working within tight spaces, and the base colours, and sort of Andy's techniques with the erasers and stuff.
Yeah.
We got to that point, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's like all dovetails as well, isn't it? Because it's all part of the same thing. We just come at it from different directions.
Absolutely.
Is which I think is the same with tattooing with yourself as well. Is that we're all kind of into the same stuff because that's why we're here, but we just do it in different ways.
Well, when you were saying about the all the work that goes in behind the scenes, and that's why the price is usually the price. No one gets fucking burnt like that, like tattooists.
No.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Because it's such a that people are so non-committal with tattoos, and they just think that people sit around all day just drawing for fun, don't they? And it's
Oh yeah. I mean, I worked it out by the time when I was, especially when I was tattooing a lot, it worked out about £9 an hour. You know, which at the time minimum wage was already, I believe, about when I worked it out, I was like, I think minimum wage was £10.30 or whatever it was, and it's
Well, I had a piece. In fact, the snow leopard piece that was in the gallery the other month, and I was in there. They do the sort of meet the artist days, so I was in there for the day, and people, you know, and both of these fuel tanks were in there as well. But yeah, the chap comes up to me, he says, "So the snow leopard," he says, "You've got it up for 700 quid." I was like, "Yeah." He went, "Well, that's way more than the other paintings in here." And I was like, "Okay." He said, "So how long does it take you to do that?" And I was like, "It's probably about 70 hours in there." And then he did the math in his head and he went, that's £10 an hour. That's less than minimum wage. I went,
there you go.
yeah.
Are you complaining at them, mate?
What do you want?
So he's just come up to you, like, challenge your price, and say, "Oh, you're a fucking peasant."
Yeah.
Cheers,
Yeah.
man.
What you need is Nick fighting your corner.
Yeah.
Like at the lowbrow exhibition where you say, "Oh, I'm putting it up for this much." No, you're not.
No.
Oh, okay, more. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He put an extra zero on someone's work. No,
Yeah,
he put a one. Was it Mickey's,
Mickey's,
wasn't it?
yeah, it was one of Mickey's
I've got it up
work.
for 80 quid.
And
No,
Nick-
stuck a one on the front of it. There you
Nick,
go.
if you're listening, won't it be good, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Won't it
Yeah,
be good? And
definitely.
We
we
need
had
to
to
catch up
catch up.
soon, but he was really championing it at the exhibition because even I went there and said, "Oh, I don't know this much." You went, "No, try again."
Well,
Okay.
Nick is the dude for it. Like, you know what I mean? He cares so much about the artwork, and he cares about like what you're getting out of it and your value for it, and like protecting the artist.
For the job, wasn't he? That's what he was.
He is indeed.
But yeah, it's weird. I imagine you get that more with going more into a fine art kind of.
Yeah.
Is that people look at it like the other stuff that's there, where someone's done a watercolor
They go,
or something like that.
Yes.
So I mean, it'd be interesting because obviously naturally there's not as many airbrush artists in the UK there is tattooists. So do you have the same issue with? Do the customers believe that they can dictate to you the price? Because in tattooing now, unfortunately, it's, well, my mate can do that for a tenner type of attitude. Is that the same with? Is that the same with airbrushing?
Yeah, but I think with airbrushing, you know what shit quality looks like.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, but people should know that with tattooing.
They should know it
the
with
answer to that thing
tattooing,
of, my mate can do it for 10, 20 quid an hour. You know what? Go and get it done, then have it lasered, then come back to me and have it done right.
Yeah. You come back, I'll do the cover up.
Exactly, yeah.
It comes with a self-confidence thing as well. So over my airbrush journey, I started out doing stuff for free, just so I could get pieces out there that people could see what I was capable of.
Yeah.
You know, and it was simple stuff like the back of leather waistcoats and stuff like that. You know, but then as my confidence grows as an artist as well, I can then start to. It's evolution, not revolution, kind of thing. I can increase my prices incrementally because people have started seeing. Well, I've seen his waistcoat and I love it. So what can you do mine?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Supply and demand, man.
And then as you you get that credibility, then your confidence grows alongside it. You know.
Yeah. I see some. Actually, funny you say it, I see some guy on Instagram. He paints. He airbrushes like old 80s metal bands, like Judas Priest album covers onto the back of jackets and everything. Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. And it's you don't really think about airbrushing onto material, do you? But it's
it was
it's
big
such
back
a
in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it was.
So one of the exhibitions we had last year with the Art Society was it was the Society's 75th anniversary last year. Walsall is renowned sort of worldwide for leather production. That's the tanning industry and stuff like that. So we had our diamond leather exhibition, and so I took it really literally, and I got an old sort of antique looking leather apron that a craftsman might wear, and painted onto it.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
And it was like kind of like a suede leather. It was like trying to paint a sponge. Paint's gone. Wow, where's that? So seal the leather first is what I learned from that. So I put a clear coat sealant on it.
So you now had something to work on.
Yeah. So it was like a matte finish, so it didn't affect the actual quality
the
or the look. It didn't add a shine to it, and I was then able to. It wasn't so absorbent, and I was able to paint on it. And I painted old school saddle makers in a workshop on it.
Cool.
And like I say, I took the brief really literally. But the fact that I'd painted it onto the leather apron, again, just the other people in the Art Society, their minds were blown by the fact that I could paint onto a different surface like that.
Yeah. Well, I guess they're so sort of like restrained by their own sort of by their own sort of tradition, aren't they?
I think it's just they haven't had the exposure to it, or been made aware, because airbrush has always been traditionally an automotive thing.
Yeah.
That to then move across and take the skill set and from the airbrush into the fine art world, it's kind of blowing people's minds a little bit.
Yeah.
Which I kind of enjoy doing, to be fair.
Oh, 100%. Well, it's pushing boundaries, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's getting people guessing. So you went to Richard Hammond's. Is it garage barn? What is it like?
So Richard Hammond's workshop is
his workshop.
Yeah, it's known as the Smallest Cog.
Yeah.
He's got his YouTube channel Drive Tribe, and he's got his Discovery Channel TV show, which is called Richard Hammond's Workshop. Year before last, it was actually just after I'd been to your first show.
Well, I was literally going to ask that then. Had day that we were speaking, had that already happened?
No, it was literally a week after.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Thursday evening, I'm just thumbing through my Instagram, doom scrolling as you do, and it pings while I'm on Instagram. Cool. You've got a new follower. And I looked to see, because I'm nosy, who's that then? The Smallest Cog. And I thought, well, I know who that is.
Did you think, is it a wind-up? Is it a scam account? Did you know straight away?
Yeah, so it got the little blue tick. It was the official one and all that. It was verified. So I was like, okay. And then moments later, again, private message from the Smallest Cog. Hi Andy, it's Richard. I've seen your stuff and I want to do a project with you.
Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ.
And then I came in my pants.
I love it. And then I ejaculated.
I just imagine like, you're like,
oh shit.
So, as it transpires, Clarkson's farm, he'd recently opened, he was back at that time 2 years ago, was when Clarkson was opening the pub. And Richard had done some work for him painting a chrome finish on a tractor.
Yeah, that's it, because it went on display.
And it's hanging from the ceiling in the pub, isn't it?
Showing it.
Yeah. So, obviously, Richard and Jeremy have spoken, and he said, "Oh, I've got this massive mural going on in the pub as well." So Richard thought, "I wouldn't mind a slice of that pie, potentially." So he reached out to me, and so I went down, met him. He's exactly what you see on the telly. He's that little ball of excitement. Yeah.
So cool.
So we discussed it, and he wanted a mural on the wall in the workshop. So there's I think it's 4 meters across, 3.5 meters high.
Bloody hell, that's a good size, that, isn't it?
You're not the first girl to say that to me.
This man needs to stay on this show.
I know the one-liners.
And he, so we got to, and there's a mural with Oliver, the Opel Cadet, which he used in the Botswana Top Gear special. And I wanted to try and put little images in there they wanted it to reminisce on elements of Richard's career, his TV career. So there's a Series 1 Land Rover poking its nose out of a barn, which goes back to when he winched the Land Rover up the front of Elam Valley Dam.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was to promote the new.
That was to celebrate an anniversary of Land Rover, I think.
I think they were just stopping the production. I think that might have been the show where they were just doing that thing. Yeah.
I did an enormous amount of research on Richard Hammond, elements of when he crashed the jet car. There was elements of the show, his TV show, because it needed to be current as well as reminiscent. So I designed kind of a fictitious original Smallest Cog workshop, which was old stone barns in a little bit of a forecourt. Oliver sat in the middle of it, and then the Lake District skyline in the background, because it's Richard's sort of favourite place in the world, so he says. There's a story about when he was, after he'd been injured and he was in the coma after the jet car accident, and he was in he was having morphine-induced dreams, and he remembers walking up this one particular hill in the Lake District, and he got to one particular tree, and it's a kind of old gnarly tree going out the side of a stone wall, and he remembers getting to this tree and it being really warm and light on the other side of it, and he could hear his wife shouting him back down in the valley, and he chose to turn around and walk back, and moments later he woke up from the coma.
Jeez.
So this tree, and he's done a video himself on his YouTube, and that if you Google Richard Hammond's tree, you'll find the video, and he actually walks up to the tree in the video and talks about the whole process.
Jeez,
and that.
It's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Insane.
So I tried to include one lone tree on the skyline and things like that. So little sort of Easter eggs that are hiding in the painting there that only really the Richard superfan would recognise.
So did you get kind of free rein on the design then?
It was a collaboration. Well, I put the design ideas forward. I made a bit of a collage, to be honest with you, and kind of went, well, here's Buttermere skyline, and here's some stone barns, and here's Oliver, and they'd asked for Oliver to be in it. They wanted the Smallest Cog sign to be in it. Ironically, even though it's his business and it's his TV show, etc., they couldn't overexpose the branding of the Smallest Cog in the show, because they can't be seen to favour branding.
Yeah.
So they wanted the logo, the Smallest Cog logo, in there, but they didn't want it to be the huge Smallest Cog sign they had there previously. So it needed to be a little bit more subtle and incorporated into the artwork.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's amazing. Man.
So what's it like when you're sat watching Discovery, which really is like the pinnacle of anything that we all enjoy, automotive, tattooing, anything like that? What's it like seeing your artwork on
mental.
national? Is it national, international television?
International,
International television. What's that like?
That is just mental. That's
so
a proper
cool.
pinch yourself moment. That is.
It's good to get excited on it. Like some people try and talk things down, don't they? It's it is what it is, and I was like, no, that's what we fucking live for. Like,
I'd be really excited about something like that. Yeah. So, are you close by to the Littlest Cog? How did it start? Did he see your work, liked your work, contacted you, or was it more kind of?
So,
how did he find you? Because I'm trying to imagine whether he was just kind of looking through Instagram and went, oh, I like that.
Was he on the toilet?
Well, yeah. Was he sat on the toilet? But
it's usually the way it goes.
I'm interested in kind of how that works, is whether he just saw your work and went, oh, yeah, or you were recommended or something like that.
So I've got a friend of a friend works for him.
Right.
And in sort of the backs, the sort of, post-production, that kind of thing. And so when they started talking about they wanted a mural on the wall and that, I thankfully had someone who was aware of me already who was able to go, well, have a look at this guy.
I know a guy, yeah.
Yeah,
that's cool. That.
So it was fortunate circumstance, really.
But yeah, he just works in but he still liked your work when he looked at it. So I mean, it's the skill obviously presides as such. It's I'm always interested in that story. Is like kind of how it comes, how the meeting comes to be. Because obviously they look at your work and go, but it's interesting to me that.
Yeah, no, because it's like the random things just come out of nowhere,
exactly.
don't they?
It can be random. Like someone mentions, oh, I know someone who does that.
Because that's the type of thing Jason Momoa is known for doing as well.
Yes.
Like just reaching out to random people.
I like them skateboard chairs, wasn't he? That he's
another guy, another prime example. Jason Momoa is known for like being active on Instagram and finding people that do what he does. It in his movies. He'll always work with independent people for whether it's jewellery or clothing and
sometimes that happens with the festivals. You'll have
so Jason, it's artwork by _ Andy.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
So, sometimes you'll have it at the festivals where like you'll have a band booking or someone want to book in that's like a big star and you're like, oh shit, like our plucky little festivals. You know what I mean? Because we do the barn jam and that. It's like we've had a Hellbound Glory and like I was listening to them for years and then all of a sudden like. Because we booked someone and they knew someone through someone, it's like they were coming over from the States and they wanted somewhere to play. So it's like, sometimes it's just like, how does this shit work out?
And getting that opportunity has also opened other doors as well for me.
Yeah.
So I can't say too much at the moment, but I have recently been working with...
Right.
I have recently been working with a TV show which is going to air in November as well.
Awesome.
And I'm actually featuring myself on there as well, actually doing the artwork. So
amazing, man.
Yeah, so
cool,
that'd be cool.
And then who knows?
Who knows?
And also you're on the KKBO podcast.
And now I'm on the
highlight of the stardom. Yeah, that's it.
Richard who? I was sat with Josh and Jake and Matt.
For half of it, Josh was having a shit.
Fucking hell, yeah.
Talking himself up in the mirror.
Yeah. You got this, bro.
Oh dear.
That's cool.
Right, we're going to go for a little break and then we'll be back in a mo. Josh just said his arse is battered to fuck, bro.
Battered to fuck, bro.
Going back to what you were asking, and you saying that has just jogged my memory, actually. You were asking about what's my biggest disaster or my biggest learning curve. My biggest learning curve was not to do the base coat and the lacquer work myself because I don't have the environment to be able to do that actual spraying. There's a difference between spraying or as my mate.
Welcome back. Yeah. So your mate does it for you?
Yeah. So I've got a guy who is ex-body shop.
I mean, it's a lovely job, isn't it? It's a
lovely
job.
He does it, and his quality is unmatched. He's spot on. But he's converted. He's got like a double garage, and he's converted one side is a closed-off space into a spray booth with extraction, with heating, with lighting.
I mean, you've got direct light on this, and there's no imperfection on that. Do you know what I mean? It's like that is just glass, isn't it?
But when I first started, it was rattle cans in an open garage door with the rain pissing down outside, and I was trying to do my own base coats and that. I did the 2 rear pods on a scooter kind of a modern day Lambretta, if you like. And he wanted kind of the whole veterans, lest we forget World War II. There was that fucking Big Ben. There's still trauma there, still trauma. So it was based on a leg tattoo that he'd got, and there was elements of, it's all remembrance type stuff. And he'd got a clock face striking the hour of 11 o'clock. And I was like, well, I can do better than a clock face. Let's do Big Ben. So there's this Big Ben. I'd done the whole tower. It was about that big. The face was maybe 50 mil diameter, and I'd got all the stonework, all the detail work, all the little gilding work in it, and I'd spent the best part of a month painting this fucking Big Ben, and then I put the lettering on the top, which I use a vinyl cutter. I've got a little Cricut vinyl cutter for lettering. And I'd got that laid across the top in vinyl, sprayed that, peeled the vinyl off, and it peeled the lacquer off the whole panel.
No. And was that rattle can lacquer, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had...
Was it 2K or just rattle can lacquer?
It was a rattle can 2K. It's got a tip
Yeah,
in the bottom
yeah,
of the press.
yeah.
The thing is with that stuff is there's so many... You tend to try and layer it up like you would clear out
like
of a
you think
gun.
you're going to get some depth.
And
on
I've
it.
spoke to a paint supplier directly about this, and it's a dust coat and a top coat. That's it.
Yeah.
Because I've tried to
Just
do
to
exactly
seal it,
the same thing. You think, oh, you want it smooth? I'll wait like the 15 minutes between,
Yeah.
let it tack off and all that. I'll give it 4 or 5 coats, and apparently you cannot do that with the rattle cans.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
learning.
But you can do it with a gun.
Yeah, I peeled the whole
Yeah.
panel with 2 inches of masking tape. Just took the lot off. None of it had adhered properly at all.
No.
So did it fuck the artwork?
I took it clean off.
Yeah, yeah.
I took the. I'll write a course because you would have started the
will do
artwork
because
on the
it
lacquer.
draws
Right,
it out. The
right,
chemicals in
fucking
the
hell, yeah.
in the lacquer will basically pull it all off. I've had a similar thing happen with one of the first pinstripe panels I ever did, like 2017. One of the first things I ever did. I mean, it was shit, but I was proud of it at the time because it was where I started off. And then I thought I'll give it a coat of clear and watched it bubble up like I put nitromoss on it.
Oh shit!
One of the first, I'm going into show. Look what's happened.
Make it stop.
This is for a show tomorrow. What am I going to do? But yeah, it's.
And the best of it was as well, this all happened live on stream as well, because I stream when I'm painting.
All right,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, where'd you stream? You stream on YouTube,
Twitch.
Twitch, right?
cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Where can people find you?
Artwork by Andy on Twitch.
Artwork by Andy
I'll
on
add it in.
Twitch.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so
And your OnlyFans as well.
later.
It always comes to that, doesn't it?
But it's stuff you'll never do again, and you've learned
Yeah,
it the
yeah.
hard way. It's
Yeah.
same as
Well,
me saying.
OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah. Yeah. No one wants to see a short, fat old man. Weirdly.
They do. Someone does.
It's only pictures of me feet.
Oh, that'd be all right. Yeah.
Feet finder.
Always that as well. We always say this. Right? It always comes back around to feet pics, man.
But you've got to make those mistakes, haven't you,
Yeah.
to learn how to do it. And also, someone would have watched that video, and as heartbreaking it was for you at the time, they now know
Yeah.
how to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
And
Every
it's,
day's a school day.
That's it.
But yeah, its paint can be so temperamental. I used to do the same thing. I still do it now. I'll sometimes send, when I've done a tank or something like that, I'll send it to a friend of mine who's more set up for spraying than I am, and let him do it.
Yeah.
Or I'll
Your problem now, mate.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't mess it up, bro. Or I'll take it to work where I've got a set. It's not a spray booth, but I've got a big enough space which is undercover where I can get away with a passable clear job. But yeah, it's that first time you do those horrible mistakes.
Yeah. I was nauseous.
Oh yeah, I know.
Absolutely, it was horrific.
I remember I'd hydro dipped a tank and I'd sprayed it in 2K, but it was scratch resistant. And you can't obviously sand it down because it's fucking scratch resistant.
Well, the clue's in the name there, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I didn't look, did I? Do you know what I mean? So there's me, like, rubbing it down like, this ain't getting better.
You know.
It's getting
And then
worse.
through the hydro dip.
Yeah, man, yeah.
We've all got stories, haven't we?
I probably called it a son of a gun.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
You know, something along those lines.
Oh gosh.
Oh, gosh, you son of a gun,
Yeah.
Well, one of the first things I ever did on a car, it was actually an ice cream, a gelato van, because it was a bit high-end. Old ice cream van, painted in Ferrari Rosso metallic, red and cream, and I used a Chinagraph. Last time I used a Chinagraph pencil to sketch up my casual script. Used a red one, and then realised it leaves a ghost image.
Oh shit!
Luckily, it was a faded enough ghost image so the customer didn't notice, but it was on there.
Oh man!
And that's like your first big job, kind of big numbers and all that kind of thing. I've got a whole van to do. And
one of the biggest lessons I learnt was I'm my biggest critic. I can look at any one of these three and any other painting I've ever done, and I can find fault or at least something I'm not as happy with as perhaps the rest of the painting, you know.
I'm glad you said, because her face is upside down.
Now that's your head.
Oh, sorry. There's always one.
It's always you.
Yeah.
Where was I going? Oh, yeah, I can find fault with it. Yeah. But what I've found is don't point those out to other people.
No.
Because it takes away from their own enjoyment of the piece.
Yeah.
And the fact is that generally the people you're showing it to are probably not going to be airbrushers, so they're not going to notice. No. I do the same thing.
Yep.
And I don't think you should ever be 100% happy with anything you do, because otherwise, where are you going from there?
Yeah.
But I do the same thing. There's very few pieces I do where I won't look at it the next day and think, I would have done that differently. But the customer, because at the end of the day, the customer's not a pinstriper, otherwise they'd be doing it themselves. They're perfectly happy with it, so let them be happy with it. I'm happy with it. I can just see the improvements that should have been made and or will be made in the future. The same as you probably will. Is that, but
that's
you do a tank for someone, they're going to be happy with it, and they're not going to notice these little things that you are definitely not going to point out to them.
Yeah.
I can imagine it's the same with the show, though, isn't it? Like, there'll be things that you'll look back and like people are absolutely buzzing on that, and you're like, I really actually didn't think that was as good as I thought it could be.
Yeah, I don't go on the Facebook and say, right, this is the list of things I thought was shit.
There's the rest of the internet for that.
Yeah, exactly. No one needs fucking help being a Karen, mate. You know what I mean? No, I say, what an amazing time it was, had by all.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I mean, you know, you do look at things and think, you know, that'll have to change, but
has there been things for the show that you thought, we've done that just because that was the only thing we could do, and it's probably not going to do that well, but then it's done way better than you thought?
Stop telling everyone the secrets to this.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, like comfier chairs, for example.
I think the only stuff that's really the actual show that's gone wrong has been out of our control, and we've just weathered the storm. It just is what it is.
Literally.
Well, I mean, you just got like a lot of variables, don't you? It's like, you know, it's a ton of things to go right all at the same time, isn't it?
The stuff we've improved upon is stuff that, to be honest, was out of our control to start with, but we've just.
I mean, we all agree to meet up in a field once a year at a certain time in Britain, outside. And it's like we have all these people that say they're going to be there and stuff, and it just all comes together.
We assume the weather's going to be fine, and no one sees the video that I definitely wasn't allowed to release. Of me and Jake trying to hold down the front of the marquee.
I had a gun in his back. I was like, don't say anything.
Thank fuck.
It looked like the start of Wizard of Oz. We're both trying to hold down a 120 metre marquee.
I'm still looking forward to seeing it.
Dude, honestly, like the entire sky around me was fucking black apart from this one bit of blue. So I stood there, took a photo, and was like painting some chairs outside.
Look, there's one now.
I actually went to a show where that happened. I got there and got to see Mark, and it's Gathering Off the Hill up at Alderley Edge, a Volkswagen show for charity. And Mark's like a really big, sweary dude, really nice fella. I turned up and said, "You all right, man?" "No, I'm not." "Why, what's happened?" "We were chasing Portaloos around last night, and it got that windy that because they have VIP parking bits where kind of clubs get together and they all have their own single Portaloo. And we were chasing them around the field.
That's pretty fucking windy. You wouldn't want to be in one while you were fucking rolling around.
You were sat in the marquee thinking, everything's sorted. Doof, 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 doof. Oh no!
I hope there's no one in that.
Yeah.
Well, there's a trick. There's a trick to Portaloos when they start, because obviously, like, you know, a bit of shit talk for you. They all pyramids up in the bottom, so you have to fucking get in there and shake the fuck out of it. So it's like, but when I'm going round at night shaking the Portaloos, I have people come up to me like, "Hey, what are you doing?" It's like, "It's all right, I'm doing it for like a reason. No one's in there." Do you know what I mean?
And it's someone just slamming off.
So I don't know if I should say this one.
Go for it. Go on. Go on, lad.
You can edit it out.
I do hope that no one from So basically, I think it might have been Brian on the first show.
Was there an empty disability scooter parked outside the portal
That's usually
before
the
you
sign.
started shaking?
It happens to say Brian on the back of it.
He was moving. We were moving the toilets around with a forklift, and he happened to be in one. We picked it up.
We love you, Brian.
Hey, put me down.
You saying that many years ago in a previous life, in my military time, we used to go out to a big fair in Germany, and we used to have a thing going, the 5 Pfennig bet. It was that long ago. It was before the euro, so it was Deutschmarks and Pfennigs, and the 5 Pfennigs was worth about 2.5 pence. So the bet wasn't about the monetary value; it was about the dare. And one of our lads played rugby for the army. He was front row prop in the army rugby team. He was a mountain of a bloke. And the 5 Pfennig, well, there may have been some beer involved, because the 5 Pfennig bet went something along the lines of, Gus, 5 Pfennig says you can't turn that Portaloo upside down with a German inside it. It turns out he could.
Yeah, we won again.
This furious German came out looking like a Smurf.
Oh, no.
They're always furious.
Yeah. Brian's never going to come back to the show if we keep abusing him.
Bless him.
That stuff does smell nice, though, doesn't it?
No.
The blue loo.
No.
The blue stuff in the Portaloo.
No.
Mate,
Jake,
when they've just
Jake,
loaded
can
that-
I offer you a tiny bit of advice? It doesn't matter how good. It doesn't matter how good the hand soap is. Never walk out of the toilet smelling your fingers.
What, like that way? You're poo-tashed. Someone came over to me and was like, "Oh, the toilets are destroyed in there," and someone had like the fucking Portaloo was hanging off. I mean, no, the sink was hanging off in the Portaloo. Like, mate, how much of a furious shit have you had?
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
You're
Yeah.
ripping it off.
Proper.
You know what I mean? Like, shit, mate.
Well, let's talk to the expert. It took him nearly an hour.
Mr. Loosey Goosey.
Reverend Chef had messed them up, hadn't they?
Yeah, Reverend Chef's going to be doing a chili special at the KKVO next year, extra spicy. And you're on toilet duty.
So if you want to make some money, you charge people admission to the good toilets.
Or just steal all the toilet roll and sell it back to them.
Refrigerated.
Don't do that. No one do that.
This is how like cartels start, guys.
Yeah.
It starts with selling toilet roll, then it's
fucking
cocaine.
hell.
It's a slippery slope.
Hopefully there's some steps in between.
I've got this, bro. I did toilet roll yesterday. It's all right.
Gonna buy some Andrex. You know?
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah. And a massive shout out to the Airbrush Forum. We will get you guys on. We just need to organise it really.
We've got some changes coming with the setup, haven't we? We're going to do that a bit differently with the pinstripe, the panel jam, and the Airbrush Forum. I think we're going to the location's going to be the same, but we're going to set it up a bit differently, so we've all got a longer frontage opposite each other. Is the plan?
Yeah, someone mentioned something about that, didn't they?
So I spoke to you, didn't I, last year? So we've got, while there's a kind of Venn diagram where we're both artists, but we have a different format. So you predominantly are painting on a horizontal surface, aren't you? So it works really well for you to be on one side of a table and the viewing public to be the other side of the table.
Yeah.
Whereas we as airbrush artists predominantly working on easels, so it's a more vertical surface. So if I'm this side of the table painting here and you're Joe Public, you're going to see the back of the canvas.
Oh, didn't you say invert them?
So where we had that kind of U shape of tables at the stand, if we invert that so that we're working on the inside, and it's an N shape rather than a U shape, if you like, and then we're working on the inside and allowing the public to move within that space. They can look over our shoulder at what we're doing. It's just a tiny little tweak, but I don't know if you noticed, like myself, Simon.
Yeah, you were sat on the edges, weren't you?
We sat on the outside of the facing in.
Yeah.
And it was
That's
for
a
that
good
reason.
idea. Yeah, what we want to do basically is put us opposite each other along the length of the marquee. So we've got a shallower area. So it means more of us are going to be on the
Sue's
front
going to shout at me
rather
about
than-
this.
Yeah, she is. Yeah,
You're getting me in trouble with Sue.
that's fine as long as I'm not.
Sue,
as long as
this
I'm
isn't
not in
me.
trouble with Sue.
No. Sue, if you're listening, this is Matt.
To be fair, I think I've spoken to Sue about this.
Like, I am not getting involved.
You're not
in
even in the loop, dude.
I don't want to be in that loop.
But yeah, the idea was rather than being next to each other in the big squares, if we're opposite each other in shallower squares, you've not got to go down the side to talk to people and look at you. We've got a bit more of a frontage on there.
You then got issues because obviously the airbrush stuff we're running compressors.
Yeah.
Then we've got power cables running to and things like that. You obviously, sort of the health and safety risk assessments you must have to fill in.
Well, hopefully
I just usually go like, stuff's
it's someone
quite
else's
risky.
problem.
Yeah.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Bosh it
That's
off.
what I do. What risks are on your risks are on your stall? Well, I've got lots of paint that's nice colours. They might drink it.
Yeah, we got a Josh.
I've got all those lovely paints that I then atomise and they can just inhale it.
Oh yeah,
Oh, can you?
better, yeah.
Oh right.
We need to get you one of those, like, the scrum helmets, like the foam scrum helmets.
So all the tattooists are going to be high as a kite.
Oh, fuck yeah, no,
Yeah.
So that's the thing as well. With obviously moving the tattoo side of things onto the barn. Is it going to be? Have you already got an idea of how you're doing? Is it tattooing straight into where the artists are, or is it the bikes in the middle?
That's going to kind of be separate, isn't it?
Well, so basically,
But in the tent.
yeah, so you're going to walk in, you'll have the airbrush and the panel jam in the middle, like it was before. Traders, like, left or towards, like, the woods, if you will. And then towards the stage, you'll have the Matchbook Kustom bike show, and you'll walk through the Matchbook Kustom bike show
cool. into the
tattoo area. Cool. But we were speaking to a guy last night. He wants to tattoo out the back of his boogie van, which is awesome. There's Nomad who came to the barn jam. You wouldn't know, you weren't there, but he was good, wasn't he?
Yeah, I liked him. Yeah, I had a good chat with him actually.
Yeah, mate, I'll get it.
So I think he's on about coming back as well. So there'll be artists indoors and outdoors as well. It'll be good. No, the tattoo area is like proper shaping up.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, man, it's like.
Have you got a confirmed number of booths, or are you still?
We're looking for around 22, and if you are an artist listening to this, a tattoo artist, get in there. We're not a regular convention. We're more of an exhibition. Like there's going to be artist interviews and stuff like that. I mean, that's what we're all about.
Yeah.
We don't want to make it a money-making factory. It's about meeting the people and building a community of artists. Somewhere where everyone can feel like they're at home.
Oh, be prepared as well, because I'll be walking around with a radio mic, so you never know where I'm going to be.
Oh man,
Yeah.
please don't sneak up on me. I could be saying anything.
I'm more worried if
Josh is a right prick. I can't stand him.
But that was the whole idea
tell you.
behind doing that. Is I'm going to go and talk to the sellers and the makers and the artists, and obviously not while they're mid tattoo. So what are you doing?
Well, it's like when I had my drone at the barn jam. I just I flew it up in the morning just to check out what was going on, and I just flew it down to eye level at people's tents. And just
Shagging!
yeah. Well, we had someone kick off in the woods in the morning. He was kicking off. So before I went and checked it out, I flew the drone in to scope him out. I just saw this angry looking skinhead dude around the fire. I don't think the drone's going to take care of this. I'm going to have to go do it myself. Yeah.
Strafing him with machine guns.
He turned up with a tent, without a bottom, and all he had with him was a fucking inflatable projector to play Mario Kart on. Well, I don't think that's preparedness.
That's not right. No.
And then he had too many Stellas.
He definitely had too many Stellas. I think I met him the night before.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Mr. Ben, he kept changing his outfit, didn't he?
Yeah.
We told him not to do what he was doing.
Yeah.
And then he kept going out and changing his clothes every 5 minutes. So he must have had a load of clothes. Yeah. And Mario 64 or whatever,
Yeah, when I saw him, he was annoying the barmaids.
You get him.
Never annoy the people that are supplying you with alcohol. It's a simple rule.
Yeah.
Because then you don't get any alcohol.
Actually, the hand that feeds, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, well, more important. Yeah. The hand that's going to get you pissed. And that's what we're there for. Well, it's been amazing having you, dude. And we really, really appreciate you coming out and stuff.
It's been a good one.
And it's awesome to hear all the cool shit you got going on. And who knows, man? Maybe next year we do this again or whatever and see what's happening in
We're
between.
going to see him on American Chopper next.
Yeah, you're throwing a fucking chair at someone.
Yeah. How very dare you?
well, they've actually just launched a show again, haven't they? American Chopper, on Discovery again as well.
I thought everyone had enough of
it's
them,
called
to be honest.
the Origins. Yeah, American Chopper, The Origins or something it's called.
All right.
Yeah, on Discovery Channel.
To be honest, you don't see that that style of like choppers anymore, do you? Really, it's very sort of that time period.
It
we were
was
talking
of
to
its
Matt about
time.
this,
Wasn't it?
Matchbook is that everything's gone a bit more kind of solid colours and more not subtle so much because they're still Larry bikes. But
if people want choppers though, they do our style of choppers, not that style of fat wheel, fucking chrome, big fat long bikes. It's more sort of like skinny long bikes, isn't it? But yeah, no, we appreciate everyone listening. Instagram, your artwork by Andy. Just search that; you'll probably find you anyway, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Instagram's smart like that. And you're right, mate.
I'm everywhere.
He's
Right
behind
now.
yourself.
Omnipresent Josh.
He's in the tree outside with some
Did you mean like
binoculars.
mentally or like?
No, I was still kind of. I've done it again tonight, so I'm still like 2 conversations ago. So I was thinking about the radio. So I'm actually gonna have Subculture Radio at the show as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know if you
now,
want
bro.
to drop that out yet.
I've heard.
Yeah, no, we're happening. It's everywhere.
Right. So yeah. So Josh is launching Subculture Radio.
Subculture Radio on subculture.com.
Nice.
Yeah, I've actually have a .com now. I've joined you, Matt.
Have
you got a .com?
I have.
I've got .co.uk.
Oh, yeah.
Have you got a .com?
I'm in the UK, so it's .co.uk.
I'm in the UK. No, mate.
Why do you touch your penis when you're doing that?
I was thinking about the Queen.
Oh, no. I was about to say something. No, I can't. No, yeah, no.
This is my rifle. This is my gun.
I pretty much watched that go through Josh's head.
You knew where I was going.
Yeah.
A relevant story, yeah.
But also, what's your Instagram, Josh? Getting back on
Fuck's sake! I know. Just one simple question, man.
Triple
Now
underscore.
you've made me
6
incriminated.
customs. Did you hear about so when Jake mentioned about a bet, he lost a bet.
Wow, we were
Right.
backtracking.
So the bet is
Backtracking.
he bet that he
16 months back.
put the handle in on the thing, right? So we got to do this thing, and Jake was going to put the fucking handles in. He didn't, and he lost a tenner. So earlier on, when he was trying to bet me something about
What was it?
you were betting, I said this is the 5th episode.
No, I said it was the 5th.
No, you said it was a 4th first.
No, I'm just fucking with it.
No.
I just scratched the
Anyway, yeah. So if you want a tenner, yeah, bet Jake.
Just make Josh dance like a performing monkey. So your Instagram?
At the _custom culture blast off.
I'm on dangersign.co.uk. You'll find it all on there.
And get your tickets at www.customcultureblastoff.co.uk.
Yes. While I think about it, message me on my website because I'm lonely. No one messages me on my website.
Danny
Drop me a
Dixon.
shout. Yeah. Also, yeah.
Right, go on, mate. Go
Right.
Danny Dixon. We're still waiting.
So we've now got we've got connections with Richard Hammond. So what we're saying, right?
Connections. Yeah, shut the fuck
Oh,
up.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
we haven't got connections with Richard.
No, we fucking
Yo,
haven't.
Richie boy, if you want to come to the show,
You're ruining it.
yeah. No, we haven't.
Oh, man.
No.
This is where it all falls apart.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah, I'm just
sorry,
seeing the
mate.
end of my airbrush
I am
career.
so sorry. He's like, mate, I don't know anything to do with anything.
Just gets up and fucking walks out.
No. But, yeah.
Taking the camera with me.
Yeah, and the
Right,
evidence.
we're keeping the tanks.
Done. I can reproduce them.
What bikes are they actually off?
That's a generic custom, and this one's a Suzuki GS 1100.
Oh, is it? Nice.
Yeah, it's a beast, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's a beast, man. That's got to be a couple 100 miles, isn't it?
I would have thought so. Yeah. Only you wouldn't want to put this on a bike because
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that'll sort your carburetors out.
sort the men from the boys there.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah.
Also,
Oh,
before we go, flyers are now available. Get yours
should we share it?
from Jake, I imagine.
Share it.
Yeah, so I did this on AI. I'm sorry.
Oh, mate.
I'm sorry.
Right, we're gonna.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
Wow.
No.
Your
Obviously,
computer on here, or this table is getting flicked.
fucking that's it. No, obviously you've worked your magic again. I mean, I've taught you well, Matt.
Fucking right.
Cheers, man.
He's so
Mate,
cool,
he's
isn't
your
he?
lift.
I know.
Is it much of a walk from here?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's about an hour drive.
He's getting a lift. He's just got no choice
In
where
the
he gets
back.
dropped off when I'm still going 70.
Yeah.
Ejectocito, cuz.
Yeah. I wonder how many people have collected them so far, though. It's going to become.
It'd be really nice if they had.
They are cool.
That would be pretty cool.
And it means I'm doing a good job of getting them out there.
Yeah.
So, and as well, if you want us to send you a little packet with like 200 flyers in, if you're hitting a show or something, it is very much appreciated if you can drop some flyers in, because I know Josh is everywhere, but he's actually in reality not.
No,
So
I'm everywhere mentally. Yeah, he hasn't got any friends.
he's there spiritually at the
Yeah.
shows, but obviously flyers in the hand. So that's what we need. So yeah, if you're interested in dishing out a few flyers for us, awesome.
Yeah, and is there any chance you can get you and Richard Hammond stood with one? Like a photo.
I did a piece on his wall 2 years ago.
So you're not like bros. You're like, Josh, you're a prick, man.
Oh yeah, he's on my friends and family on BT now and everything.
He comes round for a cuppa.
Yeah. We go for sleepovers together. Me,
Oh, shit. I'm so sorry.
me, Dickie, and pyjama parties. It's all the wage now.
James May comes round as well. He knows them all now.
Oh, fucking hell. I'm so glad you're taking this well. I'm like, really? Like, no, mate, as soon as that camera's off, you're getting fucked up.
Did you know Andy was a vet?
I gathered after when you
My
said about being
favourite
a
bit was the
German.
cows.
Honestly, that was when he said it the first time. That was my first thought. I said,
Yeah.
all right.
I've lost where we're at here.
Right.
I thought he looked after animals because I'm stupid.
Right. No, I knew what you meant by vet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured it out from the conversation
Yeah,
afterwards.
well, as soon as you mentioned
When they-
Germany,
Yeah, when they started talking about guns, I thought, oh,
Ah, right.
that's different.
see.
right.
Oh, mum.
So is he?
He's a well-armed, well-armed animal doctor.
I've been called worse, to be honest with you.
Fucking hell. Oh no, it's been. I'm just gutted I missed half of the conversation.
Well, it's all right because you can listen to it on YouTube, Spotify,
On it,
or wherever you can get your podcast from.
Yeah. Very nicely done.
That was,
Yeah. And you didn't really miss out much because you still had your mic on while you were in the show.
Oh, yeah.
And we
We
got it
heard
all.
Who does number 2 work for?
Right, and on that note, we better just draw this to an end.
Who better end, haven't we?
Yeah.
it's been awesome. It's been awesome.
See you next time.
Okay, see you soon.
You have been listening to the Custom Culture Blast Off podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe and share it with your mates. Catch us next time for more stories from the custom scene, artist highlights, and behind the scenes look at everything that makes the KKBO so unforgettable. Keep it custom and catch you soon.